Currently 5 a.m. These look like pockets, but they're not.
I've been having a flare-up.
What medications were working and what wasn't?
No way. It's actually kind of crazy.
Good morning. It's currently 5 a.m. and I'm about to leave to go for a workout, but I'm just going to take you along for my day, sort of show you what it's like, how I deal with my food and just my health in general, being a college student and having classes throughout the day, but also having work, because today I have some very exciting work and I'm actually so excited for today. I feel like today is one of those days where I have everything going on, so it's definitely going to be a busy day, but like I said, I'm excited, so let's go. I ended up stopping at Whole Foods on my way back to grab a few things that I needed, but also a couple of ingredients for a really fun recipe I'm making tonight. It'll actually be the first time I'm ever making it, so I'm excited to see how it all turns out. Let me show you what I got. I got some green beans. I needed two, but they only had one of the type I usually get, so I also got these. I got a big bag of limes. This should last me at least a few days. Then I got an Asian pear and a single zucchini. So for my outfit today, I'm wearing this green hoodie from, I'm pretty sure it's from Zara. I just realized there was a stain on that sweatshirt and I really want to wear it, so I just threw it in the wash. Hopefully it'll be done before I have to leave and hopefully the stain comes out. Anyways, these jeans I'm wearing, so cute. They're not actually jeans. They look like jeans. Like this looks like a button and these look like pockets, but they're not. This is an elastic waistband and the pockets are actually on the side. You might have seen them on TikTok, but they're the viral sweatpant jeans from Rag & Bone. And I got them a couple of weeks ago and I've worn them so many times. I'm actually obsessed. They literally look exactly like jeans, but they're not. They're actually sweatpants. And of course, my compression socks from 2XU. I'm just finishing getting ready. I just put on the Color Science face shield classic. It's kind of like a tinted sunscreen. But I have class every single day, sort of midday throughout the afternoon. So I typically try and get all of my other work done, like my non-school work, before class, but today I'm actually going to record a podcast. Now I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm shade Fair Light Neutral. This is honestly the only concealer I've ever found that is truly my shade. I've been on a couple of podcasts before, but this is my first in-person podcast I've been on, and coincidentally it just happens to be really close to where I live, which is very convenient, so I can just go straight to class after and not have to worry about timing too much. But I'm really excited, and the host, I've never met her, but we connected on Instagram and she seems really nice, so I'm also just really excited to meet her and get to know her. I just finished breakfast. I just took my hoodie out of the wash and honestly the stain is like 98% gone, so I'm very happy, and now I'm very happy with my outfit as well. I just got two new pairs of shoes, but I think I'm going to wear these ones because they match my outfit.
I've been having a flare-up lately, and I think there are quite a few factors that have contributed to it. For starters, I've done 2 trips in the past 3 weeks, and the last trip we had a 6-hour flight. I was in Boston, so traveling is always hard on me, and I feel like it causes stress in my body and typically causes me to have a flare-up. And I had a flare-up the first day we got there. I think there was like something on a plate in the hotel. Like it literally could have been as simple, because I bought food at the grocery store and cooked it at the hotel, but it could have been as simple as like a crumb was left on a plate and didn't get washed properly. It was pretty late at night, so I just honestly didn't even faze me to wash the plates again. But ever since then I had really bad stomach pain and a lot of other symptoms for a few days. But specifically, I feel like one way I can really tell when I'm having a flare-up is the eczema on my hand, because it gets worse when I have a flare-up. And right now it's in like the healing phase, which I feel like it looks the worst, but it doesn't hurt and it doesn't itch as much. It's really painful when it's like in the active stage, so I hope it continues to be in the healing stage and doesn't flare up again. But I have been having other symptoms, and just like it kind of makes me feel on edge overall. One, the flare-up oftentimes does actually make my anxiety worse, but putting that aside, also just this feeling like I could just like have symptoms anytime is so frustrating.
But not listening to like what other people are telling you to do, because
Definitely. Wanting to just track how they're feeling. Like, is there a certain like
my purpose was particularly for tracking what medications were working and what wasn't.
right?
So
That was actually so much fun. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but that was my first in-person podcast I've ever done that was also filmed on video. So there were like 3 different cameras, but it was just so nice to meet Liz and to get to know her and share my story in more long form type of way. It's on her podcast is called Unposted. I don't think the episode will be out yet when I post this video. I'll leave a link to her podcast down below so you can listen to some of the other episodes. And when it does get posted, the episode, I will post it probably on my Instagram story. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, definitely go and do that. Well, it's time to head to class now. No way. I just left my class. We had to dress up in Halloween costume like our project. And my project is a healthcare project, sort of with this idea that branding makes a difference. So I have Advil and then generic ibuprofen, and everyone chose Advil in my little skit that we had to do. So it kind of proves that people will choose the brand that they know best and will probably trust it more. So 2.5 years ago, we did a project. Everyone in my program did a project, and this was mine, and it was sort of our origin story. So where we got started with this kind of work, and also making something that represents us and writing a note about how we got there and then to our future selves. So I made this little pill bottle, and each of the pills is actually made of plastic, and then engraved in each one is sort of a part of my story or a part of what makes me me. And then I also read the note. And it's so interesting to read it because I wrote that note only less than a year after getting diagnosed with MCAS. And so it's so interesting to see the difference between my mindset and where I was at that point. And now 2.5 years later, it's kind of crazy to see the difference. People park so badly at my school. It's actually kind of crazy. And like SUVs park in these non-SUV spots. And so then I have to try and get out of these like tiny spots. And I'm really good at parking, so I can fit in like any spot. Some days I will park in multiple spots, and then once I park, I realize I can't get out of my car. And then I have to go and find another spot.
I just got back from my class, and I don't think I mentioned this before, but it was a Halloween theme, so my professor brought candy for everybody, and he also brought a plate of watermelon and cucumber, so I would be included, which is so nice. And honestly, little things like that it's just so amazing because it makes me feel included, because I never expect to be included when it comes to food. So it just makes me feel normal for once and actually included in things when it comes to food. And honestly, I don't even think it fazed most people. I think most people just thought it was kind of funny and it was like a way to be healthy. I don't think they realized that it was intentionally brought because I can eat watermelon and cucumber. It's been getting dark so early here, but I have a lot of work to do. So I think my plan right now is to do a bunch of my work, which includes trying out a couple of new recipes and making content for that. So I'll just have that for lunch, and then I'll probably have an early dinner later. I just filmed a video making dinner and used this funny little tripod that'll actually be part of my costume later, so you'll have to wait and see that. But it looks so good. And it is really good. I'm at a Halloween event right now, and I really am not doing anything for Halloween this year. And I've been really wanting this around the neck tripod so I can like film while I'm cooking. So I decided to buy it and use it as my Halloween costume. So I am an influencer, which is ironic because the event that I'm going to right now is for a club I'm part of at school, which is a social media and content creation club. So I'm basically dressing as an influencer to go to an influencer event. I also just really wanted to wear sweatpants, so